everyone, so here's the moving vlog I promised I'd do. We're almost into Arizona. Pretty excited about all of that. I keep looking to my right because I'm waiting for my wife to get out of the bathroom so we can get back on the road. Next stop is going to be some kind of gas stop because we're down to a half tank and we'll be headed to the Grand Canyon afterwards. Shouldn't be too long. Catch you all up. We are now in Arizona. We stopped to take some lunch, get some lunch at Wendy's. We're headed towards the Grand Canyon. Kind of excited about that. Next stop besides the Grand Canyon will end up being probably another rest stop, maybe two, and then we're spending the night in Albuquerque. So that'll be fun. And once we stop, I'll stop back in and catch everyone up. So we're on 66 getting gas again, half tank, so kind of got to fill up. We are pretty close to the Grand Canyon. It's going to be off 66. We're still seeing some signs for it, so we're gonna follow that, see what we can see on the Grand Canyon, and then probably try and take the route around the canyon, and then head off to New Mexico and try to get to Albuquerque to check into a hotel and grab some Z's. Unless, if it's early, we might try and go a little bit farther. But I think the expectation is to stop in Albuquerque, grab some sleep there, and then get back on the road early tomorrow morning. But for now, I'm just going to continue popping in and out, just to keep everyone up to date. Like I said, we're almost to the Grand Canyon, so I'll have pictures that'll go in Discord, Instagram, and on Twitter. And then once I'm done with this day, I'll try and put everything together and get this uploaded. But once we hit the Grand Canyon, I'm gonna take pictures and take y'all through what we see. Finally got here to Albuquerque. It took like 15 and a half, 16 hours. We just got to the hotel. It's time for some fucking sleep because we were both beat. I've been the only one driving. Drove to Grand Canyon. It was really cool seeing it. And then obviously we're here in Albuquerque getting ready to take off tomorrow morning. So we'll see y'all then. This is day 2. We got started a little bit later today. We left at, 7:15 or so. So we've only been on the road for a few hours now. Took quite some time to get out of Albuquerque. We're almost out of New Mexico right now. We're real close to the New Mexico-Texas border. So we'll probably be into Texas within the next hour or so. I think this is our second stop. We decided to grab something to eat before we get back on the road. Take care of all your brakes as much as you can, especially since the drive from Albuquerque to where we are now was just flat for the most part. There were some mountains and hills that we had to deal with early on, but the rest of it was just flat as hell, boring as drive. It took us a while to actually find somewhere where we could pull off and actually eat. Now that we've done that, we're kind of grateful. We're gonna finish up here. We're in McDonald's, so we'll finish up and then we'll get back on the road here in just 10, maybe 15 more minutes. Kind of happy with that. We'll get through Texas. We're gonna probably stay in Houston tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see where we are, and then I'll keep you all updated. This is the next major stop we're taking. We're into Texas, but we still have a long ass ways to go until we're in Houston. Houston's where we're gonna spend the night, and then we'll probably spend one more night somewhere out east before we finish off in Florida to see family. Then from there, I'm going up north. My wife will be flying back to California on Sunday. So pretty excited at least to meet my niece, see my family, and then I've got another 1,900 miles to drive north after we get to Florida, and LA to Florida is like 2,600 miles, so we've already done like 1,200, 1,500, something like that, so there's not a ton left to do. And in all honesty, with Houston, I could probably leave Houston and get to Melbourne, which is where we're headed, and that wouldn't take too long. I'd be able to do it. It'll be like a 16-hour drive. That's what I did yesterday. really don't want to do that again, so we'll probably just cut it into a couple of short days before we get over. I'll touch base with the next stop and we'll see how things are going. Alright, so this should be our last stop before we get to Houston, our last rest stop, and then we can check into a hotel. Man, this has been a pretty long and hot fucking day. I don't like Texas. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's way too fucking hot. And I said that about California. I said that about Arizona. I said that about New Mexico. And I'm certainly saying that about fucking Texas. Because damn, it's too hot for me. I hate the heat. I will probably give you a quick update once I'm at the hotel, because we got another like hour and a half left before we actually get there. And then tomorrow we'll do kind of a shorter day, and then there's one more day and we'll get to Florida. So we're splitting up what could be a one-day trip into 2 days, just so we don't have to deal with 14 and 15 hour driving days, because that shit's nuts. We're gonna fill up here and then we'll check back in Houston. Day 3, we're in Houston, getting ready to take off. Shit in there. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna leave Houston here shortly and try and get into Florida. We're not gonna go all the way because we're not doing another long ass like 16-hour day. So we'll take care of like a 10-11 hour day, get to where we need to be. I think we're gonna try and get to Tallahassee, stay the night, and then just another 4 or 5 hour drive and we're done. Then she'll fly back to LA and I'll drive up north, stopping in Charlotte, see some family, and then another 8 hours, and then I'll be where we're moving to, back home. So we're making the first stop of the day. It's about 3.5, 4 hours in. We're in Louisiana now. It's fucking hot. It's humid. I don't like it. I hate the heat. We got one more day after this, so we're gonna try and get into Florida today, and from there then we're gonna head to Florida tomorrow. So we're gonna try and get into Florida today. We've got a hotel ready. It's just making it there. I think we only got like 7 hours left, so nothing too bad. Tomorrow's gonna be nice and short. Should be like a 6-hour drive, and then we'll be where we need to be. Just kind of excited to be finishing it up. Once we're in Florida, we're gonna stay the night, and then I'm gonna drive up north from there, probably a 2-day drive. So we're getting there. We're almost to the new house, and I checked on Zillow and it officially said sold as of yesterday is what I saw. We're ready. We're excited. We're gonna get me moved out first, like I've kind of said before, and then I'm gonna drive north and move in. Then wife will come out later. Alright, we're through Louisiana. We're on our second stop, doing a little gas break, quick restroom break, and we'll get going. We're in Mississippi right now. So one more state to cross through. We got to go through the rest of Mississippi, Alabama, and then into Florida. We'll take a sleep in Florida, and then we'll get headed towards into deeper Florida where my family is. So still got about 4.5 hours left until we're to the hotel we're staying at. We're gonna get a good rest there, sleep in a little bit, and then get back on the road tomorrow towards my family. We're excited, so we'll stay Friday, Saturday. We'll take off Sunday. Wife's going to the airport to fly back, and then I'm driving straight to New York. So I should be in New York by Tuesday. Third stop of the day. We're like an hour out of our final stop of the week before we go to Florida. So, well, we're in Florida. Yuck. Florida. Yuck. Yeah, we're in Florida. We're about an hour out from the hotel we're staying at. We're gonna probably sleep in tomorrow a bit before we take like a 6 to 8 hour drive to where we gotta go. So it's not too long. Like I said earlier, spend the night, spend another night with my family, and then take off Sunday. So I didn't do any recording the last 2 days. I spent the time with family, meeting my niece, being able to actually see my sister and her husband and my parents. We stayed there a couple of nights. Now I'm on the road. My wife is flying back right now. I think she's got a layover in Phoenix for a few hours, and then she'll be back to LA. I've been on the road for like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and I've just made my first stop. I just got into Georgia here, so I got a ways to go. I gotta get through Georgia and South Carolina, then I should be to my first rest stop, night stop kind of thing, and then I'll be up to New York. So we're making some progress. I should be to where I need to be for today, somewhere around like 5, maybe 6 o'clock. So we'll catch up on the next stop. This is the last pit stop for the day. Filled up, took a quick piss. I got about an hour and a half to 2 hours left on the road before I get to North Carolina, where I need to be to see family, stay the night there, and then there's just one more leg. So I'm pretty excited. We're getting close. We're getting real close. Just kind of over today, and it's a longer day tomorrow. So, you know, just try and stay patient, get there as soon as I can, but as safely as I can, and then yeah, I get to start unpacking and then later unloading my storage bin. So we'll see you then. Alright, I made it in. Been in the house for like 45 minutes now, just to see what kind of work I've got ahead of me, and it's quite a bit. Today's drive was hell. Absolutely hell. I'm storming the whole way from North Carolina all the way into upstate New York, going through the mountains. It was just storming, awful, everyone driving like fucking idiots. Sorry, I'm still exhausted here. At least I'm here. I'm gonna try and wrap this whole travel vlog thing into one, and then I'll do another one just kind of going around the house after I clean it up, what we're working with and where my setup's going to be for streams in the future, and we'll go from there.